If you find yourself just getting stuck in patterns of thought that are not helpful, if you feel yourself getting really anxious or in body effects that are caused by anxiety, like your stomach hurting when you're nervous, or I don't know, like the nervous poops, okay, let's just be honest, I have something to tell you today. So keep watching if you have ever experienced any of these things, or if you find yourself just getting really anxious. Today we are talking about thought traps, and what that means is that we get in a pattern of thinking that traps us, and we end up on this vicious cycle that it's really difficult to get out of because we've been thinking this way. And at least for me, and I think a lot of people with anxiety and other people in general, find it easier to control if you can name it. Okay, so if you can name, oh, I'm having this type of thought trap right now, it's easier to stop it if you can identify it. Okay, so here we go. I am so excited to share these with you because I was transformed by them. Okay, now all of these are not my own ideas. These are all part of cognitive behavioral therapy. Okay, if you've ever heard of that, it's how you can work to change your brain so that you can kind of work on that mental piece of anxiety. Okay, because it is a lot of mental, and there's also the chemical imbalance, and I'm not a doctor, so I'm not going to get into all of it, but there is, to an extent, things that we can do to cure our own anxiety, and this is one of them. So we are talking about just a few of these. There are a lot of different thought traps that you could find yourself in, but I'm going to talk about the ones that I think are most relevant and the ones that I see myself going through the most and people that I love. I am not in therapy at the very moment because I am in a really good place right now, and I'm in a healthy place, and it's just a time when I don't need to be. I firmly believe that therapy is something that most people should go to at some point in their lives, but it doesn't have to be like all the time forever. Okay, so I went while I was in college for a few months. I was just in therapy for several months, and I just want to give the biggest shout out to Lindsay Rye. If you are in the Adrian or Lenawee County area, go see her. She is amazing. I just cannot tell you enough good things about her. She helped me through the darkest time of my life, and she also introduced me to these thought traps and was just a great listening ear and a great guide for me during that time. This thought trap has gained a lot of traction. You might have heard people say, like, don't should yourself. Okay, don't should yourself. Okay, just... I saw a TikTok about it the other day, and I'm like, girl, you did not come up with that. So it's not like a new thing, but it is becoming more popular to talk about, which is great. I'm glad it is because it is prevalent. Okay, so the whole idea is don't do stuff because you should. Okay, if that's your reasoning to do anything, it's just not going to be healthy for you. It doesn't mean that you shouldn't do those things. However, if you're going into it just because you should, it's never gonna bring happiness, okay? So like eating healthy, for instance. Oh, I should be eating fruit, but I really want this brownie. That's not going to be healthy in the long run, okay? It would be more healthy or more beneficial for you to think, hey, I really want to eat this whole box of brownies, but I want for myself to be healthy, so I'm not going to. Okay, it's taking away other people's perceptions, because that's what we do as like people pleasers, and doing things for yourself. Okay, doing things because they're the right thing to do, not because you should do it. Okay, it's something that we wrestle with. If you can explain it better, comment below, because you know, we all perceive things differently, but that's what I find for myself the most. If I'm feeling like, oh, I should really do that, I see if I can reframe it into, is this going to help me with my goals? Then yeah, I need to do it because that's the end goal I want. Okay, if I'm doing it because I should, that like just brings agony. Another thought trap that I find myself in a lot is the all or nothing mentality. So what that means is basically what it sounds like. There's no like gray middle area. We either go all in or we're all out. And this is something I'm guilty of a lot. And it's something that I've worked on, and I've gotten better at being okay in that middle gray area, because it's important, because we cannot control what goes on out around us. We can only control ourselves. And when we can't control things and we need black or white, it's just going to cause more anxiety. So find ways to help yourself just accept the middle ground. This one takes me back to my high school days, but jumping to conclusions will never end well, okay? Don't do it. Don't worry yourself. You are literally causing gray hairs for nothing, okay? Go talk to the person that has upset you or you heard something about, that they were mad at you, blah, 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 blah. Just go talk to them. Go talk to that person, okay? Leave out the middleman. Like, if you need to vent real quick, call your sister up. But, like, go to that person and talk to them. Do not jump to conclusions, because it's literally just wasting your life and your time. Along with jumping to the conclusions, it's easy for us to sometimes just assume the worst of somebody. Start assuming the best intentions of people, and you will be so surprised how your life changes. Just assume the best, and even though you might be disappointed from time to time, it's going to keep you in a better headspace, because the only person you can control is you. You will never be able to control anybody else, and if you want to, we can have another conversation. Also, falling under jumping to conclusions could be just being pessimistic, okay? Kind of like fortune telling or so. Like, I know I'm going to fail this test, and then you go into the test and you might not do very well. Or you walk into a room and think, nobody wants to talk to me. Then you're just gonna have a bad headspace, okay? So don't jump to conclusions like that. Don't assume you're going to fail the test or that no one wants to talk to you. Walk in and control that room, because you got the power, girl. Emotional reasoning. I don't know about y'all, but I am in the emotional realm of the Enneagram number 2, type 2. Don't let your emotions make decisions, okay? Don't reason based on your emotions, because if, like, again, like if you walk into a room and feel like, oh, everyone thinks I'm stupid, or oh, I feel stupid, so I must be stupid. That's not true, and it's never going to be. I saw something so good the other day that said that you are just so used to looking at yourself that you don't realize how beautiful you are to strangers. And I love that, because like you might feel ugly or unattractive, but that's just how you feel. It's not true. And so we need to separate what we feel from the truth sometimes. And that doesn't mean like don't listen to your gut and blah, 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 blah. No, I think you know what I'm talking about, because we often think something of ourselves that is not realistic. Find somebody that you can trust, that is a good sounding board, that will tell you the truth, and ask them what they think, and then believe them. Okay, I see people sometimes take that step and ask people for their opinion or what they think, but then it's just like they get defensive, or they don't want to believe that what their friend is saying is true. Another really common thought trap is perfectionism. So you've heard this before, I'm sure, but just not being able to let go of mistakes because something has to be perfect. Okay, it's not leaving room to make mistakes into something better. It's, I have this plan and it has to go this way because that's what I've planned for. And I fall into that over and over again, but again, I'm getting better, and I hope that you can too. Just take a breath and move on. It's okay if it's not perfect, and it's okay if it's not 1000% fantastic. Do your best and move on. Those are the biggest thought traps I find myself in, and those that I love find themselves in. But some other common thought traps could be overgeneralizing. So I see this in arguments a lot, saying everybody thinks this, or you might hear it in this political season, Republicans think this, or you know, liberals think that. No, stop overgeneralizing. People are individuals making their own decisions. Just because somebody does something doesn't mean they represent that whole group of people, so get over it. Ignoring the good is also another common thought trap. don't take it for granted. That's why writing down your gratitude every day can be so helpful, because it forces you to think of the good things and acknowledge them. Magnification or catastrophizing is another one, that you just over amplify something negative into a catastrophe, okay? Bad things happen, but sometimes we over-exaggerate how bad they really are. This is another great time to have a good sounding board. Talk it out, and if it's somebody that you trust, they should be able to tell you that, hey, I think you're overreacting to this. Here's what we can do to fix it. Judging yourself unfairly, I can be a culprit of this as well. I just like to do my best and do really well, but sometimes I think that my best is better than my best can be, so then I just get in this thought trap of not giving myself grace. Accepting helplessness. Don't give up on things just because there's like a little bit of pushback. If you believe something, fight for it. Those are the main, most common thought traps that I have for you. I hope that you are able to just like work through some of these. As I went through these, if you thought, oh yeah, that one's me, take note of it and then look for it in your life in the next 24 hours and stop it. Identify it and stop it, and that will get you out of that funk, that will get you unstuck, and it will help you just move on with your life, because life is too beautiful to be stuck in these ruts and these traps that are unnecessary, but that our brains are just doing for whatever reason, because of sin, because of the world, I don't know, but it is annoying. So the good news is that we have power over them and that we can work past it, and I am here for you. If you want to talk more about this, I would be so excited. You can find me on Instagram, or you can comment below, and I would just love to continue this conversation with you. Mental health is such a passion of mine because I've seen it with my own eyes, I have felt it with my own heart, and I would just be honored to help you through anything that I can. Like I said, I'm not a doctor or a counselor or anything else, but I do have really good listening ears, and I do love to chat. If you have a friend or family member that you think would benefit from this, make sure you show it to them so that they can see and help themselves with their thought traps that they are in. Alright, my channel is about 3 months old now, and it is also our anniversary this weekend, so I wanted to do a giveaway. I will write out the details below just to make sure you understand, but my goal is to get to 100 subscribers like really fast. So let's see what we can do. The giveaway will end once I hit 100 subscribers. The winner of the giveaway will receive a $25 gift card to Etsy. So if you're not familiar, Etsy is a website where all kinds of creators from all over the place can sell their handmade goods or vintage goods. So I love Etsy, especially for gifts or for my home. I order from them all the time. I find so much joy in just supporting other creatives by buying their things so that they can make their living doing what they love. I'm excited to just give you the opportunity to find the same joy I have found in these handmade goods that have been made with love, that have been made ethically, and that will come right to your door. What you need to do to enter this giveaway is simple. You need to go make sure you're following me on Instagram and that you're subscribed to me on this channel. Go ahead and screenshot both of those and DM me on Instagram. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope that you liked it, and comment below the thought trap that you find yourself in most often. If you found this video helpful, make sure you give it a big thumbs up. I've been trying to pay attention to which videos do better than others, and mental health is one that I don't see as much traction on, but I do just really have a big passion for it, so I am going to keep making some. But let me know what you like. I've noticed that you're also really liking style videos and routine videos, so let me know what you're thinking. I just want to serve you, so let me know what you want and I will deliver, and I love you lots. Bye!